Hello and welcome to episode number 11 of Super Califanilistic. Today we're going to talk about the law of attraction. My name is Christian Rauchenwald, and if you don't know me, check out the first episode of this vlog. There I explain my journey to starting this vlog and why I'm running this vlog. Basically, I'm trying to build a $1 million company from scratch without outside funding, and I'm documenting the journey and also sharing some of my knowledge with you in each episode. So today we're going to talk, as mentioned, about the law of attraction. A lot of people know it, a lot of people don't know it, and most of the people don't understand it. So there is this movie and book, it's called The Secret. It's very famous in multi-level marketing companies because it basically teaches you can order everything from the universe. It describes the law of attraction, but it fails to do it in a way that people understand it. I actually met people who were like, when they were presented with an opportunity to make money, declined that opportunity, and it was really like not a multi-level marketing opportunity, but it was a real opportunity, and they declined it saying like, well, if they would want the million, they would just ask the universe for it. And it just simply shows how like narrow-minded a lot of people are, because they hear something and they don't think about what it actually means. If you're interested about like really learning about what's behind the law of attraction and all of it, I encourage you to read Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. It's like a quite old book, probably almost 100 years old, but it still holds a lot of truth today. Actually, I would almost call it my Bible nowadays. Yeah. And so what the law of attraction says is like, your thoughts have a certain energy. Like if you think about it, your brain or your brain cells communicate with kind of like electricity, like electric impulses, and so your thoughts have a certain energy. Yeah, that's also the cause why people believe in telepathy and stuff like that. But that's not the point of this. The law of attraction, like wrongly interpreted, means that you really can wish stuff from the universe. But what it actually tells you is like, if you have a strong belief and a strong desire, things or the stepstones in your way will just fall down, and you will have like a path to go towards that desire. If you, it's kind of like if you imagine like if you think about, there are people who are very funny, and then if you like, who no matter where they go, they cheer people up. And I'm not talking about comedians, I'm talking about like some of the acquaintances you have who really are always in a good mood. And then look at who they surround themselves with, and you will notice they only surround themselves with people who are also in a neutral or positive mood. They don't hang out with people who are constantly complaining, oh, it's Monday again, oh, my job sucks, my boss is an a-hole, and so on. They like, so the law of attraction basically means like you attract people who are like yourself. There's another saying which goes like, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Yeah, just imagine like if you were to be maybe you're average weight and you want to start going to the gym and train to get a six-pack for some reason, but you only hang out with like obese people with overweight, who are like, let's go to McDonald's. It will be very, very hard for you to keep up going to the gym, because those other people, they don't have the drive to go to, so they will drag you down. Like, why do you even bother? Nobody really cares. Like, why do you have to fit into this media established beauty standards and stuff like that? So it will keep you down. But if you start going to the gym, you will meet new people. So it's like your new interest will become like, I want to be in better shape, and you will meet new people at the gym who also want to become in better shape, and suddenly they will become your friends, and you will work out more. And it's also kind of like, if you think about, again, I'm talking about a very general perspective and not about like each possible scenario. I know there's exceptions for everything that I mentioned, yeah. But if you think about, if you've ever seen a millionaire or billionaire, a very successful rich person, spending their time with a homeless person or with somebody who simply like doesn't bother to try hard, like those kind of people who like do the minimum they have to do at that job to not get kicked out, who go party on a Thursday and then call in sick on Friday, who get home and all they do is like watch TV, who don't have any kind of like drive to accomplish anything, no matter if it's like in their career or in their business. I mean, they usually then don't have a business, or if it's like with their hobbies, they usually don't have any hobbies. Now imagine if you've ever heard of a very successful people hanging out with a person like that, unless it's a relative where it's kind of you're forced to spend time with them, yeah. It simply doesn't happen very often. There are some rare cases where really a millionaire has a very good friend who for some reason is homeless. Then you could start asking yourself why that millionaire is not trying to provide that homeless friend with a job, but that's another topic again. So the key principle of the law of attraction is, it definitely works. Yeah, if you just hang out with people who, for example, are where you want to get, if you are like starting out your business, but you're hanging out with people who already run successful businesses, it will like supercharge your way to success. And it brings us back to something I wanted to talk about in an episode this week, but if I remember right, I didn't do it yet. It's about the three ways of learning. You can learn three ways. You can learn like on your own, like trying to figure everything out by yourself, which is very hard and which I used to do for a very long time. And it's simply, you make every mistake yourself and you learn from it and so on. So it takes a long time. You spend a lot of time doing mistakes that you could have avoided. Anyway, the second way would be you learn from your peers. So again, we're back at like the 5 people you surround yourself the most, yeah, or acquaintances and friends. Now think about you and all of your friends have a regular job, but for some reason you decide you're gonna start your side business, your online business, you're gonna make it your career, and now you run into some issue like how to set up an SMTP server within ClickFunnels. If you should like start some kind of sole entrepreneurship, or if you should set up an LLC or a limited in a foreign country or this or that, and then you go to your friends and ask them, well, they won't be able to help you. They have no clue about that, yeah. So you need to pay some professional advisor to give you a tip, and it also may be that he's not he may know a lot, but he may not be specialized in the area that you want to do, and his advice may not be the best in the end, yeah. But if you hang out with people who are where you want to go, so they are already running their businesses, yeah, those people will be able to tell you like, yeah, I looked into setting up a limited in I don't know, in Great Britain, but when you're in the US and then this law applies and that law applies, so maybe it's not the best solution. I don't know, I'm just saying it as an example, yeah. And then they may tell you, but if you set up a limited in Hong Kong and you live in Austria because of the double taxation treaty that they have and the 0% tax in Hong Kong, if you offer online services and no physical goods within Austria and stuff like that, and you don't have customers within Hong Kong and China, you end up paying 0% taxes and stuff like that, which again, I'm not sure about. It's just some example, yeah, so don't take me on that. For that, contact professionals, yeah, for tax advice and legal advice. But you see, your peers, like you could Google days and days and you would find some articles. Mostly it will be agencies who try to sell you the company in whatever country. So they will only focus on the positive aspects and will leave out all the downsides that may happen to you. If you talk to your friends because you want to learn from your peers, well, probably none of them ever set up a company, no matter if it's in your country or in another country for that matter, so they have no clue. If you talk to your personal bank advisor, well, if he's not in the company account division, he also is basically clueless, yeah. So you need to surround yourself with the people who are where you want to get, and this will it will speed up because you will get the information you need from people who've already done the journey. They will tell you, okay, you shouldn't do this because I tried it back then and it really cost me a lot of money with 0 results. And therefore that's where the law of attraction comes in. It's not so much that you simply wish, oh, I want to have this, I want to have that. It's that you have to have a deep desire, yeah, you can create that deep desire. Again, I recommend reading Napoleon Hill's book by Autosuggestion. You can tell yourself, just think about, I used this example already, I think before, when you were a little kid and you started to walk and you stood up and you fell down, but the parents still cheered for you because you made progress, and then you made your first step and you fell down and you made progress, and people kept telling yourself, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it, and it gets down into your subconscious until your subconscious basically tells you, okay, you can do it, don't give up, you can do it, don't give up. And that's if you keep telling yourself, yeah, you can tell yourself lies, you can tell yourself the truth. The point is you can convince yourself of everything. Like for example, if you think about how religion works, no matter which religion you pick, it always contains a certain amount of prayers, or like devotions or repetitions, where you keep repeating like dear Father or dear Lord or whatever, dear Allah, no matter which religion you pick, it will contain a certain amount of those devotions. And by telling yourself that over years, you get convinced that it is like that. I'm not saying that I don't believe in God or anything like that. I'm just taking it as an example how autosuggestion works. You tell yourself that you can do something, and your brain will start to believe that you can do something. And then when you're challenged with something, like so it also works like, if you want to accumulate a certain amount of money, and a reasonable amount in a reasonable time, which means you're not going to say I'm going to have $1 million tomorrow, but if you say in 5 years from now I want to have $500,000, and every day in the morning and at night you tell yourself, okay, in 5 years from now, on the 1st of January, or on the 1st of January 2000 something, I will have $500,000, which I will have accumulated by receiving smaller payments over the time for rendering service XYZ, like whatever you do, like to get that. Obviously, it will not work with doing your job where you get like, I don't know, your $1,000, $2,000 salaries. But the thing is, when you keep telling yourself that, it first like starts to manifest in a kind of belief. You will start to believe that it actually will happen, that it's possible. And if you keep telling yourself that further, it will manifest in a burning desire. Like you want to get that point. You feel like you already earned that money. You feel like you're entitled to it, And what will happen is your brain will notice opportunities in a different way, It will, like, things that you miss during the day, it will notice them more. It will show you the path more or less. You just have to like follow the rabbit hole. Let's call it like that. So, and that's basically the law of attraction. The law of attraction doesn't mean you can simply wish from the universe, oh, I wish I would be rich or something. That's not how the world works. That's not how the law of attraction works. There is no free money. There is no free lunch. Doesn't exist. How it works is like, you attract the things you want the most, which means like, if you keep convincing yourself that what you want the most is to have 500,000 euro in 5 years, or dollars, your brain will take every chance that you get and look at it in a different perspective. So you actually, instead of like keep finding excuses, you will like have the drive to work very hard to acquire that money, and you will reach it. It's like most of the very successful people, it's all that got them to that success. It's not overnight success or something. You should always remember, success is like pregnancy. Once you're pregnant, everybody congratulates you, but nobody knows how often you got fucked to achieve it. So pardon my French, but it's simply the truth. Like there's like only a few successful people which were an overnight success. Most of very successful people had a lot of failure before they had their success. And having this burning desire to achieve that success, will get you in a state of mind where you simply don't give up, even if you fail. I'm quoting it from time to time, but never forget Thomas Edison needed 10,000 or a little bit over 10,000 tries to invent the light bulb. And now ask yourself, how many of you would like do that, would still try after they already failed 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times, 10,000 times. So the thing is, what he had was like, he told himself it's possible. He told himself he will do it. He can do it. And he developed that insane desire to get it done, to reach that point, to invent a light bulb. And eventually he got there. Like he kept like trying and he got there. And there's a ton of other examples. There's, if you probably don't know, there's like this huge software company. It's called Atlassian. It's like a Australian company, if I'm not mistaken. They provide like project management software and stuff like that for IT companies. And their two founders they moved into their office, like they gave up both their apartments to save money because it was so going so bad, but they still had the desire and the belief that their product will work, and then they just keep fighting and working and promoting, and suddenly they got an order from American Airlines, and that was the point from which the company skyrocketed. So applying that to the law of attraction, it doesn't mean, again, I cannot say it often enough, it does not mean you can just wish something and it will become true. You cannot, like buying the lottery ticket and then imagining how you're going to be a millionaire in 2 days. That's not how it works. Like look at the numbers. Like success is basically a numbers game. Yeah, it's like if you run statistics, it's like it's a little bit like if you were to be like professional sports betting or something, where you also try to pick the numbers in your favor, which is like not that possible, but still, you look at the numbers, you try, you evaluate, like did it work or did it not work, why did it not work, and then you try again and like you adjust a little, like Thomas Edison did. Like he tried one way, it didn't work like that, he adjusted a little, and after over 10,000 small adjustments, he got to his desired result. Yeah, and this desire is really important within the law of attraction, because if you don't have it, you will simply give up. Maybe not after the first failure, but you may give up like 3 inches away from gold. There's like one story in the Napoleon Hill book which is really amazing. I don't remember the guy's name, but it was like during America's gold rush. He set out to go to dig for gold, and he found some gold. He found some gold, so he borrowed money from his friends to buy some machinery to drill deeper down, and they got some gold out of it, but it wasn't even enough to pay back what he earned from or borrowed from his friends and family. And then he gave up. Like they didn't like find more gold, so he gave up, moved back home. Like he sold his machinery to some junkyard guy, and like spent some years to paying back his friends for the money he owed them. And then the junkyard guy like bought the machinery very cheap, and since he had no clue about rocks and stuff like that, he like paid a geologist to analyze the ground where that one guy was drilling. And because that geologist knew about like how the way the rock falls and stuff like that, yeah. So basically they were like 3 feet away from a huge amount of gold, but they didn't know it, and the junkyard guy made millions because he was smart enough to like get somebody who is where he wanted to go, who has the knowledge that he needed to get to that gold that may be hidden there, yeah. And it's like if you have the desire, you will only give up. No, you will never give up. Like there is no such thing as giving up them. Honestly, like when you have the desire, if it's really like burning within you, not just the wish that you want to be rich someday, that you want to have this someday, that you, I don't know what it is. It does not only work for money. It works for everything. If you like you have to be able to imagine yourself how it will be once you achieve that state, and you have to keep telling yourself every morning and every evening. So every night before you go to bed and the morning when you wake up, you have to keep telling yourself by this day. So every goal, every desire you have has to be timely limited. Yeah. If it's like someday I will have a house, it's not a goal, it's not a desire, it's just a wish. If it's in 5 years on the whatever 1st of January I will have a house, it's a very specific goal. Therefore, if you can imagine yourself in that house, like how it will look like, how big it will be and stuff like that, and then with closed eyes you tell yourself on the 1st of January 2025 I will own my own house in this area of the city, and in order to get there I am willing to take on a second job, start my side business, I will sell this product, I will sell whatever, life insurance, whatever it is. You will simply tell yourself and you will imagine how it will be once you've reached that result, and you will convince yourself. And again, this will, at first it will really be ridiculous for you. It will feel like, what the fuck am I doing? But then at some point you will start to develop that belief, and that belief will turn into that burning desire, which will simply, you will not mind if you're working 7 days a week for a couple of years. Yeah, you will not mind if you miss the newest episode of your favorite TV show anymore, because you will actually probably not watch TV anymore for quite some time, because you will realize it will not get you closer to being in that house. So once you have that burning desire, it's like you're so focused on it that you will not allow any distractions, and that's the only thing that will make it happen, because it will not be magically granted by the universe. It will, like, the desire, that the law of attraction is like, you have such a desire, you're so attracted by that goal that you will ignore everything else, or not ignore, but like avoid everything else that will keep you from that goal, and you will be so focused that you will do whatever it takes to get there. Yeah. And there's like a million success stories that you can read. You just have to Google or check on YouTube or some other videos from really successful people where they talk about how they got there, and you will figure out that 99% of all people who are more successful than you simply had the desire to be more successful than you. It was not a random wish or something. It was a strong desire, among some other things like working consistently, but that's where the desire comes in, yeah, that got them there. Yeah. So again, like, brief summary, like, law of attraction doesn't mean like you can just send your Amazon wish list to some universe guy and he will be like, oh yeah, I grant you that wish. It's like not like that. Nothing in life comes for free. It means you have to really believe that it's possible and convince yourself by using autosuggestion that it's possible, and being able to imagine yourself how it will be like once you reach whatever it is you want to accomplish. And then this will turn in that burning desire that will make it possible for you to achieve it. That's all there is. So how does this work for you now? Well, the simple thing is, like, first of all, like, you need to know where you want to go. So you need to figure out like what you don't want. Like, try to imagine your life in 5 years. Ask yourself what you don't want it to be like, and how you want it to be like. Where do you want to live? Which house, which apartment? Do you want a car or 2 cars or a motorbike or stuff like that? How do you want your life to be? Do you want an alarm that rings at 6 a.m. or do you want to sleep as long as you want? Stuff like that. How much money, then figure out how much money do you need to live like that? Like, first of all, how much money do you need to pay for that house? And how much money do you need per month to maintain that status of living, and maybe put something on the side? And then you know the number, and then you need to start like telling yourself, by the 1st of January 5 years from now, I don't know which year it is, depending on when you watch this video, I will have amount X, and I'm willing to do this, and I won't allow any distractions, blah, blah, blah. I will be solely focused on achieving this goal. And you do this twice a day with closed eyes, and really imagine how it's gonna be when you reach that thing. And it will happen. It will happen because you will develop that burning desire, but only if you truly can maintain or already imagine how it's gonna be. Yeah? Like, there's only, success is really nothing very hard. Success is only a few simple rules that are like very short if you write them down, but they really require you to follow them like very accurately. And yeah, so what you can do now, again, like, figure out how you want to be your life to be in 5 years. Put a number to it, what it's gonna cost, one time and monthly. Yeah. Follow the exercises, and in order to actually be able to succeed, get that book from Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. Yeah, it sounds a little bit like it would be about like, I don't know, like get more money, but actually it really holds like the most, I don't know, the easiest guide on how your mindset needs to be in order to accomplish your goals, even if it's not about money, even if it's about like, I don't know, finishing your next degree or I don't know what. Yeah. So this will help you. I will link the book in the description below. That said, yeah, so again, if guys show up and tell you they've read or watched The Secret, and they can just wish from the universe, like, throw the Think and Grow Rich book at them and tell them to enlighten themselves a little more, yeah, instead of just believing like let's call it the version for stupid people, yeah, because The Secret is nothing else like a marketing movie that tries to take something very complex, put it in simple sentences, and sell it to idiots. Yeah, yeah. I've also watched it, but that was like 10 years ago. And 10 years ago, I didn't understand it, but I still didn't run around and wish stuff from the universe. So don't feel bad if you watched it and you were like, oh my God, I want to wish stuff from the universe. Now you know better. If you don't believe me, again, like, get that book. Yeah, read it. It's going to be worth every second you spend reading it. You will know that. And yeah, like, that's it for today. So thanks for watching. Thanks for your time. I hope you could take something from it. Again, please leave your feedback and questions in the comments below. Also, if you want me to talk about some specific topic, comments below. And then, yeah, we'll talk to you tomorrow, I guess. So, bye-bye.